Have you ever wondered what you'd do if someone was trying to rape you, or you're involved in a carjacking, or had someone try to invade your home? Well, if so, then this program is for you. I'm David Bradley, and this is Self-Defense for Women. The purpose of this series is to give you a realistic view of how to effectively defend yourself against violent attack. Now, whilst the concept of the program talks about self-defense for women, many of the techniques are just as applicable to men. We don't intend to pull any punches on the show either. We'll be dealing with some fairly heavy topics like sexual assault, home invasion, carjacking, and defending yourself against weapons. We'll provide you with simple but hard-hitting defensive skills that you can apply with a minimum of training. We'll also demonstrate all of those skills at full speed and full power so you can see how effective these techniques can be. The Redman protective suit is designed to prevent injury to our participants when they're performing our full-speed encounters. It's made of a dense rubber foam so that we can reduce the shock when the techniques are being put on at full speed. Now, don't think that our participants are going to get it easy, because the reactions you see from the defenders are going to be realistic based on the strikes that they receive. You'll also get to see how messy and unruly these attacks really are. It's not like the movies. Your defences need to be hard-hitting and rapid, applying your strongest attacks to your opponent's weakest areas. This is a constant theme of our episodes. Although there may be alternate ideas as to how to defend yourself, this series of episodes emphasises the benefits of fighting back hard at the first available opportunity, rather than adopting a more submissive strategy. There are some good reasons for this. Firstly, your attacker picked you as a victim because he thought that you would submit readily to his demands. By fighting back hard and immediately, we disrupt that idea. And importantly, we also increase his chances of getting caught. Secondly, studies in the US, the UK and Australia all show that the chances of being raped are minimised if we fight back hard immediately against our attacker. Thirdly, medical evidence also shows us that by fighting back straight away, a woman has a better chance of recovering mentally quicker from her violent attack. Also, fighting back at the earliest opportunity minimises our chances of being taken to a secondary crime scene. A secondary crime scene is far more dangerous as the attacker has more control over the attack. These are all really good reasons for us to fight back and fight back hard at the first opportunity. Now, there are some times when fighting back might not be your best first option, in particular such as in the defence of property, like bag snatching or having your car stolen. Property is not important as your own personal well-being. Now, we'll go into this in more detail later in the series, but suffice to say, in general, we won't fight back over property. Even if your attacker has a weapon, there may be an opportunity to fight back when he puts that weapon down. We'll cover last-ditch weapons defence in one of our episodes, but it may be better at this stage to talk to your attacker and wait for your opportunity to escape rather than fight back immediately. This is another of those key times when fighting back straight away may not be our first and best option. Let's consider the three key principles of self-defense that I want you to keep in mind for the whole of the series: avoidance, defense, and escape. Let's first deal with avoidance. We often get caught up in learning the physical skills of self-defense when really much of our focus should be on avoiding the violent confrontation to start with. How do we do that? Well, maintaining a good awareness of our surroundings, looking and walking confidently, and thinking ahead to minimising the risks in our daily life go a long way to avoiding that violent confrontation. If we do need to defend ourselves, which is our second principle, we need to develop a ruthless aggression. we need to counterattack rapidly, intensely, and at our opponent's weakest points. Finally, we look at escaping. Now, we will use violence to break away and escape at the earliest opportunity. This is the safest and smartest thing to do, and incidentally, it's also what the law expects of us. So we will strike hard and rapidly and always look for that first opportunity to make our getaway. Let's talk more about those legal obligations. In using force, you can only use that which is absolutely reasonable and necessary for the event that's occurring. If you were to use any more force than is necessary to effect your escape, then that could be deemed excessive. That's not to say that if you are faced with someone who is bigger or more skilled than you, that you would not be able to use an effective level of force. You can use what force is necessary to subdue your attacker and make your escape, whatever that may be. In most jurisdictions, if you are faced with the threat of death or grievous bodily harm or grave injury, you may be justified in using lethal force to defend yourself. While these principles are generally applied, I strongly suggest you familiarise yourself with your own jurisdiction's requirements, and if you are involved in a use of force incident in defending yourself, you seek your own legal advice. Having said that, let's make sure we do everything we can to cooperate with the police and help them catch our attacker. When you practice these techniques, start off slowly and build up your speed and your power through repetition. It's that repetition that will make the techniques instinctive. Finally, once again, remember our 3 key principles that are our theme throughout the episodes: avoidance, defence, and escape. Enjoy the episodes, and until next time, stay alert and stay safe.